What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the St. Thomas Dynasty here on NCAA 14. This is John J Gaming on the mic, and we got this game today between San Diego State. They're 4-0 on the season. We're 0-5, just looking for some kind of momentum, as it's been a really difficult season for us. Granted, we did play 3 teams in the top 25 already, so I mean, I guess we have that going. But before we get into this game, I want to show you guys a couple of things. First, I did add to my recruiting board since we did add. Alright, so here is my recruiting board, and this is the guys that I went after, mostly positions of need. Just taking a look at our team needs. Got a couple quarterbacks, couple wide receivers, tight end. Person I mainly want to talk about is Chris Lake. Chris Lake, dude, you know, he's not necessarily the fastest, but he has good throw power and accuracy. Says that he's a scrambler, but you know, we gotta work on the actual scrambling stuff. But 71 overall, he can definitely help us right away and be a good and instantly take over as a starter over John Wilson, who simply isn't necessarily it, or maybe needs more supporting cast. Problem is that Illinois also gave him a scholarship offer, and they're 63% locked, and they even have a a visit planned. So we definitely need to act fast, and so that we can at least get in range, and then maybe force a recruiting battle between us and Illinois. But just in case, we did also go after Sheldon Collins, who's also from Illinois. He's a 56 overall. However, he's a little bit faster, and he's a true freshman versus Chris Lake would be a JUCO transfer. I would love to have both of these quarterbacks, to be honest, but it's not a great chance that we get Sheldon Collins either. But I do want to try to go after him because they're the only 2 quarterbacks that are within St. Thomas's like recruiting restrictions after going beyond the state of Minnesota and other states. Other guys I want to highlight is John Feudux. He looks like a solid receiver, decent speed. Adrian Allen, he helps with the need. We have 2 tight ends graduating, and then Kyle Dunn. Kyle Dunn has good speed as well, and is a true freshman. So got something that maybe we can redshirt if we're fortunate, and allow him to develop behind our other receivers. And you see other guys that I want to talk about is Willie Robertson. Willie Robertson is another person that we're going after. Always like to reinforce that defensive line. He's 52 overall. Just definitely seems a little bit like a project, but we are somewhat deep. But he is interested in the program, which is why I wanted to go after him. And we don't have any defensive tackles that we signed yet, so always like to beef up the line, and this is a guy that we can definitely redshirt moving forward. And then I also want to introduce you guys to a new custom recruit onto the squad. It's Calvin Kyle Cuddy. Now, Calvin Kyle Cuddy, you guys know him as Bo Hall. The guy that wanted this custom recruit, he wanted his quarterback to be 400 pounds. I didn't change anything else about his stats. His stats are still the same. So he's still the 3rd string quarterback. So probably won't see him on the field this season unless there's a dire emergency. But next season, with Desi Lindsay graduating, he can definitely has the possibility of him spending time as the backup quarterback for season 5. That we got all of that stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and finally jump into this game. So make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're new. Let's get it. Let's freaking go. Okay, so we are here ready to get this game underway here in the bright California sun at San Diego. And we're going to start with a run up the gut with Denny Dilkins. He's going to bounce it to the left-hand side, pick up a first down right away. It's a great way to start things out here early on. It's now 1st and 10. Dilkins, he's going to take it up the gut. This time he's keeping it in the gut, and he's going to pick up 6 yards. Good start for a rushing attack. We want to try to maintain that balance and control time possession. That could really help us out in this game as Dilkins goes up the middle again, picks up the first down himself. 3 carries for 29 yards. You love to start that way. But now we're going to diversify just a little bit here. Going to try to pass it. Going to find Freddie Gibson on the right-hand side. He's able to shake a tackler off of him and is almost able to get to the first down marker, but not quite the case. But it doesn't matter. We're going to pick it up with Dilkins anyways. He's not the most fastest guy on the face of the earth. Definitely far from what you would say is fast, but Dilkins does have power. He does have the ability to break tackles and run through people. He's great for what we're trying to do here as we had our fullback wide open. He gets hit as he's thrown and can't get it to him. So now facing 3rd and 9. John Wilson's looking around, just going to throw to Dilkins, and he actually has to go backwards for it. So that's not a great sign, as we have to settle for a field goal. But thankfully for us, though, we do get a 3 and out. So now we have the ball right back, and we have an opportunity to maybe take a 2-possession lead early on in this game. But right now, we got 3rd and 7 coming up here, thrown to the right to Kevin Stone. He's going to pick up the first down and keeps our drive alive. And you know, it's been a really good game so far. Definitely how we want to play thus far. As Dilkins, he fumbles the ball. Oh my goodness. And I don't think they're going to review it either. It looks like Dilkins here actually does fumble it before he's down on the ground. So now it's San Diego State's time with the ball. Their first notable possession today. Their first possession actually was a 3 and out. Nothing crazy happening on that 3 and out though. Steven Smith takes it to the left-hand side, pick up 9. Next play, though, Vogel goes into motion. It's going to be Smith again. And, you know, run defense has actually been pretty solid so far today. Usually we have much bigger holes, but making them a lot more difficult, but they still pick up the first down as they're going to run Vogel in the motion again. Smith actually breaks a tackler. He breaks 2. And Smith is actually going to go out of bounds here. Steven Smith picks up 7 yards on that play. As now we have him now at a 3rd and 4. So maybe we can get a stop here. As Simmons, he's going to throw to the right. And this time Josh Parker brings him down. Nice hit. And they're going to go and try to make this a very long field goal attempt. I don't think they're going to make it. We'll see what happens though. And it's so way offline. It actually does have the distance, but it's way off target. So now St. Thomas takes the field again. Still with that 3-0 lead. Let's see if we can make this a 2-possession game. As Mark McDaniel makes a great hit, and it's instead going to be 2nd and 10. We're going to keep it up on the ground with Dilkins, though. Dilkins still is having a nice day. We haven't really figured it out. He's, again, not a shifty guy, but we don't need him to be a shifty guy when you can run over people, you know, that Marshawn Lynch. As we throw it to Chad McKenzie here, he makes multiple guys miss. He's not going to be brought down before he gets into San Diego State territory, as that is going to wrap up the end of his first quarter. We still have a 3-0 lead, but we got to get some more points on the board. Alright, welcome back to the St. Thomas football game. 3rd and 9 coming up as we try to throw it to our receiver, but it's going to fall incomplete, and we're going to go ahead and go for it here on 4th and 9. We want to make sure that we get some points on the board as we try to throw up the middle. Well, it's John Wilson is hit and can't get the pass off. San Diego State will take over. We had a touchdown waiting for us. If we could have gotten the pass off, if the line could have held just a little bit longer. But alas, that is simply not the case. As now San Diego State's going to take over. Steve Smith breaks a couple of tackles, and now he's in the open field. Only Brian Cook can get him, and Brian Cook thankfully is able to bring him down. But still, gain of 45 yards is not how you want to go about this if you're coming off of a turnover on offense. As now there's Derek Jackson having to bring Steve Smith from behind, but now they're within the 5-yard line. So a couple plays later, 2nd and goal here. Duckett is actually going to get the carry. First carry for Brent Duckett, and Brent Duckett is able to find the end zone, and now we lost the lead. So now, instead of getting a 2-possession lead, let's try and just simply get the lead back. I would love to see that. We're going to try to go over the middle, but Shawcroft picks it off, is able to get a nice leap into the air. To be fair, probably wasn't the greatest decision in the world, but you still can't believe the kind of athleticism that this San Diego State defense has right now, as now the Aztecs are set to take over on our side of the field. So definitely need to get a stop here on defense, as Simmons is going to get it off the read, who is eventually brought down by Derek Jackson once again, this time for a gain of 16. As San Diego State's threatening once again to put more points on the board, though, but Simmons gets sacked, and it's going to make it a 4th and 18, so at least it won't be a touchdown. Probably will be a field goal. Should be a pretty straightforward field goal attempt here for the Aztecs to make this a 10-3 ball game, and it's going to be hooked to the left. So instead of making this a 2-score game, San Diego State doesn't come away with any points. Nice momentum shift for St. Thomas, as now their offense takes the field, but of course we get sacked on the next play, and that does kill the good vibes. So now 2nd and 15 coming up here. John Wilson, he's going to throw to his right to Mark McDaniel, who does get hit hard, but does keep possession of the ball and is able to get us in a 3rd and 2, which does get converted courtesy of Kevin Stone. It's only his 2nd catch so far today, but both have been key catches, as both of his catches so far have kept the drive alive. As now we try to throw to our right, but Les Keller has some good coverage and it falls incomplete. Good pressure too. Can't let us set our feet unless we want to get sacked, but we got a good pocket this time. You don't see that very often nowadays for the St. Thomas team, but Kevin Stone makes a great catch. And now Dilkins up the middle is able to pick up another 1st down with his legs. As we're approaching under 3 minutes left here in this 1st half. Want to get some more points on the board as Freddie Gibson drops the pass. So now 3rd and 7 coming up here. John Wilson's going to go run a play action, going to throw over the middle to Chad McKenzie. The Speedzer with speed to kill is able to also make a nice possession grab as well, as the drive is still able to remain alive, as the Tommies are threatening to take the lead right back here with less than 2 minutes left in the ball game. John Wilson, he's going to look around, going to try to throw it over who looks like Chad McKenzie once again, but again, this San Diego State is getting too much pressure for my personal liking, as now Gibson goes over the middle. Now we have a 1st and goal. So what we do plan on doing is running this clock out just a little bit, see if we can get the end zone with Mark McDaniel. He's just a couple yards short, and eventually it's going to force Tommies to take a timeout. But next play, though, we're able to get into the end zone with Denny Dilkins, as Dilkins is able to find the end zone easily. Fantastic drive for the Tommies, as it burns the last few minutes left of this 1st half. And we will go into the locker room here on the road against an undefeated team, up by a few points. So let's see if we can finish things out here in the 2nd half. Alright guys, welcome back to the 2nd half of the St. Thomas vs. San Diego State Aztecs game. You are reading that score correctly. St. Thomas, a team that lost to FCS earlier this year, is leading an undefeated San Diego squad. But San Diego is coming out firing on the 2nd half, as they start out with amazing field position once again. The defense has played amazing so far, but now they have bad field position, this St. Thomas defense does, as Simmons nearly gets sacked by William Swan, but is able to escape a pocket. Brian Cook and company are eventually able to bring him down, but what could have been sacked ends up turning to a 1st down scramble. You hate to see it, as we almost get an interception on the very next play. We had our hands on it, but unfortunately it falls incomplete. So they get to keep their drive alive, and what do? They pick up an easy 1st down. 3rd and 7, they get 8 yards, 9 yards, you know. It's not a lot of yards, but it still keeps our drive alive. We could have had them right then and there, but instead they're going to keep plowing forward as Steven Smith is getting harder to tackle, it seems like, as we're seeing more missed tackles from our St. Thomas team as this game is going on. As there is Steven Smith once again getting the first down, already over 100 yards. It was going to happen eventually because the way our 4-2-5 is set up is not great for the run. It's more towards the passes. Our secondary is the strength of our defense, so it's just so that we can get more playmakers out here. But he's susceptible to the run and also short passes, as Steve Johnson is just able to find a way into the end zone. It was contested by Aaron Rodgers, not related to Green Bay's Aaron Rodgers, of course, but our Aaron Rodgers. Now we have a 14-10 game here as we go over the middle to Freddie Gibson on our first play, and is able to make a contested grab here with 5 minutes left here in the third quarter as Dilkins goes over the middle, picks up 6 yards. We got another 2nd and 4 coming up. Next play, John Wilson finds himself in the shotgun, gonna throw it over to Andre Luck. He initially has the grab, but is eventually broken up by this Aztec secondary. So we're going to go ahead and try to run it in here with 4 yards left to get. And Dilkins is going to be able to pick it up in a little bit more as we get it across the Aztec side of the field, as we're trying to take the lead back. 2nd and 6, it's overthrown, which I'm really happy that it was overthrown, actually. That could have been an interception. Don't know what John Wilson was thinking, but I know what John was thinking here. He's going to find Andre Luck, his second Robin, I would per se, to Kevin Stone, as he's able to make a nice catch. And now Dilkins finds some good running room, getting it up the gut for a gain of 9. Running game is looking really good. You love to see it. Next play, 2nd and 1 coming up. We're going to go ahead and run a more complicated option as Ryan Sanders is going to take it up the gut, breaks the tackle, nearly gets into the end zone. That's a 19-yard grab. That is our fullback, by the way, looking really crisp. And we're going to go ahead and reward the big guys. He finds the end zone. Ryan Sanders, man, looks really good. Depending on what our fullback situation looks like next season, I might move him over to halfback, because, man, he looked really good on that one. And now St. Thomas has a 17-14 lead here as they try to run it up the gut. Steve Smith was initially hit at the line of scrimmage by multiple Tommies, but again broke both tackles, and it turns into a gain of 16. You hate to see it. So now Simmons, off of that, he's gonna scramble up the middle. Has clear daylight. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to catch him. Maybe Fitzpatrick. But Ricky Simmons instantly gets into the end zone and takes the lead right back. And then look at this. We go 3 and out, so they have the ball right back and can make this a 2-score game once again. We got to get a stop here on defense. We don't want these guys to get a 2-possession game, given how our offense has played this season. It's been playing a lot better, but honestly, we need more. As 3rd and inches, Smith, didn't have a lot of room, but the offensive line gets just enough of a push. Was able to truck on forward for a first down. And then 2nd and 12, Sims is somehow able to get out of there. I don't know how he managed to do that. But Ricky Simmons picked up the first down, as that is going to wrap up the third quarter. It's only a 4-point game. So if we can get this stop on defense, maybe we can go ahead and, maybe we can get this first win. We're still looking for it. Wouldn't that be something? Beating an undefeated team in the FBS, but not beat against FCS. That just shows the amount of progression that has happened so far this season with this squad. As Steven Smith makes the carry up the gut, makes it an easy 12 yards. 1st and 10 coming up here. Smith going to the right-hand side, and it's fumbled! Aaron Rodgers picks up the loose ball, and the Tommies are going to get possession of the football. But then, of course, they have to go and review it. And unfortunately for us, I'm not sure if his knee was down or not. It sadly does look like his knee was down. And unfortunately for us, That means this call is going to be overturned and San Diego State will still have the football. So now the Aztecs have the ball back as they move Floyd into motion, and they're going to instantly capitalize on the reverse call. Xavier Fogle gets into the end zone. Instead of St. Thomas having the ball, it is now a 28-17 lead, which means now it's time for the St. Thomas to get their hurry up going. We need to get points on the board. We need it bad. As we try to throw to our left, it's nearly intercepted, but thankfully Trey Lee drops it. So we can continue to keep this possession going. As next play, Wilson over the middle. It's picked off, and what a terrible time to have an interception, because not only does that end our possession, San Diego State basically gets us in the red zone, so you hate to see it. So now this is a key moment for our defense. We got to get a stop here, at least keep it to 2 possessions if anything. As Simmons, he's going to go to his right, and looks like the contingency of Brian Cook and Josh Parker. Both of those guys got a TFL. So now 3rd and 18, we just got to make sure we don't get across the first down marker, and they somehow get it. Bunt through Bobby Football. And now San Diego State is definitely in field goal range here, but they do decide to throw it away a few plays later. But it does help us out because it stops the clock, as they do end up getting the field goal. As now we have 5 minutes left here in this game. We're down by 2 scores. We got to score on this possession to keep our hopes and dreams alive. So we try to throw to Freddie Gibson. He can't dive quick enough to grab it in the 2nd and 10. Next place for the Tommies, John Wilson sits in the shotgun trying to run the no huddle. He's going to throw it over the middle to, I think he was looking for Kevin Stone or Chad McKenzie. I'm not sure, but it is incomplete. So now we have a 3rd and 10. We're going to throw to our right to Andre Luck, who takes a shot, but is able to keep our drive and our chances of winning the game too alive, as we're desperately looking for an opportunity to get some points on the board. One more touchdown will at the very least make it a season high for the Tommies offense. I think the most that we had so far this season is 20 points. It's been a rough year for our offense, but Kevin Stone is going to make it a lot better. And if Dilkins can get his block, which he doesn't, then that would have been a touchdown. Instead, we still get a gain of 43 yards, so can't complain. As now John Wilson, he's going to look around. Next play, looking around, 3rd and 12. Going to throw over the middle. And it's incomplete. It's thrown out of bounds. The idea was there, just not the execution of it. As now we got a 4th and 12 coming up here. Wilson's going to fire one over the middle to Freddie Gibson. It's going to turn into a touchdown. And your Tommies make this a 1-possession game with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. So now it all comes down to this. San Diego State starting to run out the clock here. 3rd and 6. We can get a stop here. Keeps our hopes and dreams alive. But they get a wide open tight end who's going to streak down the sideline. Bobby Football does bring him out of bounds. Oh no, this is not what we needed right now. As Floyd gets a catch, it goes for a few yards. As we're now forced to start taking our timeouts here, trying to save as many as we can. As Simmons, he's looking, he's going to throw to his right, picks up another 1st down. Probably can maybe juggle the ball loose. I would really have loved to see that, but alas, that's not the case for us here. As now Simmons is going to drop back the pass to Reed, but it's broken up, and that's going to stop the clock and therefore save a timeout for us, so there's a little hope. The 2nd and 12, Simmons dropping back again. This time it's to an open Lamar Madison, and now they have a 1st and goal situation, and one more touchdown can definitely put this game away for sure. As Smith is completely untouched for the first few moments here. And now 2nd and goal, Simmons is going to try to run left, and Smith is able to find the end zone. And that is how this game is going to end, with a dagger from San Diego State. St. Thomas, man, we had our opportunities to win this game, but unfortunately it's just not going to happen for us, as we end up losing another game. And we're going to continue to try and search for our very first victory. Alright, so checking out the stats for our guys today. John Wilson did throw his usual 2 interceptions, but unfortunately they were on our side of the field, so our defense did get put in a bad spot. Rushing game, though, we did a good job of establishing the rushing game. I think that helped us out a lot. We got 2 touchdowns on the ground. Denny Dilkins got 1, and Ryan Sanders got 1 as well. He actually looked really good today, which gets me really excited in general. And then our tight end, tight end was a huge help for us today as well. Freddie Gibson, he had 73 yards, a touchdown off of 7 catches. Was able to get open pretty easily for us. And then Kevin Stone did his thing as well today, man. He had 5 catches for 82 yards as well. Then we move on to the defense, and the defense did do its very best, but their offense just turned it on in the second half. Derek Jackson led us in tackles. He had 9 total tackles, 8 of them solo, a tackle for a loss. And then we were able to get to the quarterback 1 time today in William Swan getting a sack for us, I believe, in the first half. We also almost got a turnover as well in the forced fumble that would have been really helpful, but instead it was overturned and it turned into a touchdown the next play, which really broke our backs on that one. Alright guys, so next time out we will go on the road to play against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. They're 1-3 on the season, and I think I'm starting to figure out how to play with this offense for this season, play to what strengths we do have, and hopefully we can pull it together in next week's episode. Should be a good one, so make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're new. This is John J Gaming on the mic, and I appreciate you guys so much for watching this whole video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.